Yo guys, what's up? On this episode of Uber Epic Outdoors, we're going to be going over some basic trout supplies, bait, and some tackle that you guys might need for this upcoming 2020 trout season. As everybody knows, the COVID-19 is plaguing the state. So the opening trout season dates has changed. Mentored Youth is now on April 11th. So guys, take your kids out fishing. Our opening statewide trout season is on April 18th. So you guys stay tuned. Hopefully the tackle and supplies that I show you in this video that I use every day will help you guys catch more fish. Today, the first thing that I want to go over with you guys is the new trout rod and reel setup that I got for this year. This here is the new Shimano Stratic 2500 series. I think this originally is around $199, and since they're making the new model of this, I think I picked this one up for pretty cheap for 149 bucks. This rod here is the new Cast King Calamus. This rod here is a lightweight fax action rod. It is made for, I think, 4 to 6 pound test. Really sensitive rod. This rod length is a 6'6". It's a pretty long rod. I used to use shorter rods. I used a ugly stick for years. There is nothing wrong with an ugly stick. Guys always picked on me for years for using my ugly stick, and this year I'm going to try something new. Once I use this and test this out, I'll be able to give you guys a better review. The second thing I want to talk about today is line. I've used Trilene Extra Smooth in 6 pound test for many years. It's still a very good line. It's cheap, and I still use it today. Another line that I use is Suffix. It's in the Sage Smoke Green, and it is also in the 6 pound test. A little bit more expensive. It's definitely tougher than the Trilene, but either one will get the job done. This year, a couple of buddies told me about trying this new Trilene Trans Optic. It's a yellow color, and supposedly when it goes under the water, it's supposed to be invisible. I tried this out a little bit, and I actually like it. It comes off real easy and gives you that nice long smooth casting ability. It don't matter if you guys use Trilene or Suffix, P-line or spider wire. There's thousands of different options for fishing line. These are all monofilaments. A lot of people are going away from monofilament and going to braided line with this as a leader. Most of the time for trout, I always use either 6 or 8 pound test. A lot of the guys are going smaller nowadays. Some of the guys that I'm talking to are going down to 4 pound test. So it doesn't matter what you guys use for line. You guys are going to have to try and test this out on your own to see which one you guys like the best. The next thing I want to go over is hooks and hook size. For many years, trusted Eagle Claw. Used these for years, and this is basically all I use for trout fishing. These are all bait holder size hooks. You got size 6, you got size 8, and you got a real smaller size hook, a size 10. Now, all depending on the different bait that you're going to use, there's different size hooks for each situation. Say that I'm going to use a night crawler, I would go with a size 8. Or maybe if I'm using the pinch crawler, I would also go with a size 8. A little bit bigger hook with these. If you're fishing, say these floating worms, I would go with a size smaller with these floating worms. Size 10 is what I usually use for floating worms, or Mike's garlic trout bait eggs. I'd also use either a size 10 or a size 8. When I'm using power bait, they came out with a new kind this year. This is gold vein. Usually when I'm using power bait, I'll go with a treble hook. Now these treble hooks, it seems like it keeps the power bait on longer and hooks a fish really well. This here is a size 18 treble hook, and these over here are a size 16. These size 16 are a little bigger. These 18s are really small. If you use these or go any smaller in size, what's going to happen is if you're practicing catch and release for the day, these fish on these small hook sizes tend to swallow the hooks. So you don't want to go too small on your hook size, and you don't want to go too big on your hook size, depending on what bait you're using. So play around with different hook sizes and match it up, the best hook size for you guys and what bait you're using for the day. Next on the list, I want to talk about split shots. These split shots here are made by Water Gremlin, and these are removable split shots. Some people use the regular round split shots that are non-removable. I think they're a pain in the rear. You can't get them off. These ones you can actually remove, and Water Gremlin is the one who makes these split shots here. Now these sizes, there's two different sizes here. The ones that I like to use are the SP SSBs and the SPSS-BBs. Now these here I've been using, and these are all lead split shot. Some of the other ones made by Eagle Claw are aluminum, and you go to pinch them on your line, and what happens with the other brands that I have tried is they fall off. You get stuck once or twice and they'll pull off your line and fall off. I found that these Water Gremlins over the years have been the best split shots. Real quick, I want to go over some spinners that I like to use. As you see here, these are small pin minnows. They're really lightweight, small, come in different colors for different situations. This here is also another pin minnow. It's a little bit bigger in size. Pin minnows are really good to use for stock trout, and brown trout love them. Different colors and variations. Over here on this side, we have the blue fox spinners. I don't tend to use spinners a lot, but every once in a while I'll put one on. This has a chartreuse bottom. Most of the colors that I like are actually chartreuse, orange, yellow, and maybe white with a black. You also have the gold blue fox, also works pretty well. And then you have your smaller ones, that one being in a silver. Basic Walmart rooster tails. You got a white with some black spots on it. They worked really well for me. And back to the chartreuse color. Chartreuse was always a good color. A lot of people like chartreuse for trout. something bright, something to get their attention to get you bit. Now, if you guys want something easy to carry all your supplies, like your hooks and split shots, get a couple of these cheap Plano tackle boxes. Easy to fit in your vest, lightweight. They don't get in your way. You can put all your hooks and split shots and organize them however you want. It makes it really, really nice to get in there and just get what hook size you need, or grab your split shots out of there so they're not all falling through your vest. They make a couple different sizes of these Plano little tackle boxes. You guys can get whatever you guys prefer that fits well for you. Another thing that I like to use, guys, is a power bait holder. These allow you to have extra storage in your zipper pockets, because you can put a carabiner on the end of them, and you can hang these on your vest out of the way, and that allows for more storage actually in your vest. These power bait holders work very well. I had them for a couple years, and I really like them. You really got to watch sometimes a power bait after you use these for a couple years. The power bait slides out pretty easy, and you do have the potential of losing them out of there. Another essential stuff that I like to have on my vest at all times is a good pair of hemostats. Sometimes them trout swallow your hooks, or get it into a bad situation where you just can't remove them with your fingers. So these are a good tool to have on you to get that hook safely out of the fish. Another thing that I like to use is a pair of fingernail clippers. You can just get a regular pair of fingernail clippers. Don't have to be nothing special. I got a rope tied to another carabiner, so I can also hook this onto my vest anywhere. The last thing that I want to go over with you guys is some artificial baits that I use, and the Kellers that I use. These here are the floating worms that I was talking about, and this is in a bubblegum Keller, which is pink. You got the green chartreuse shad Keller. You got the yellow, which is cheese. You got the orange peel, and another pink shad with the white on the bottom. Another option that I like using is the 1-inch pinch crawlers, also in pink, and they have also the yellow, which is chunky cheese. If you guys are in a pinch and like using minis, you can also go with the packs of Gulp. They came out with a new Fire Tiger minnow. I've never tried these, but I'm going to give them a shot. These are really killer for brown trout when you're dead floating a mini. You got watermelon pearl, and you also got the smelt Keller. Another thing I also like using is Mike's garlic salmon eggs. And sometimes when I use these, I'll tip these with a wax worm or a mealworm at the end of the hook. I also have a different variety of pink, yellow, and white eggs. Also, these are all made by Atlas Mike's. These are the Mike's shrimp. There are a green Keller. Work very well. Sometimes I'll tip the hook with a piece of corn at the end of the hook. Power bait, there is thousands of different kinds of power bait. I'm going to show you my top 6 Kellers that I use. The first one here is yellow, and then you have Flow Orange, always a good choice. Rainbow, Salmon Peach, Corn Yellow, and you got Chartreuse. Now, the power bait with the glitter in it. It's a little bit more expensive. If you guys want to just go to Walmart and pick up some glitter, you guys can mix the glitter in with these and not pay the extra money like I do. Thanks guys for watching. Good luck this fishing season. Keep ripping lips and stay epic.